Good day, friends! In this special episode, we're super excited to start exploring a different medium, which is watercolor. So get yourself ready to practice some brush techniques by creating these lovely indigo leaves. For the supplies, I'm working on Canson watercolor paper, using 12 colors from Reeves Watercolor Paint set and a couple of brushes. I'm using a pointed round brush for the most part of today's painting. I'm gonna use this flat brush to do a splattering technique. Also, don't forget to prepare a cup of water and some tissues for blotting. Now the first thing we're gonna do is mix up some Russian blue with black. Use your wet brush to scrub the surface of the paint, pick up a lot of paint, lay it down onto the palette, and then add some more water. The black color from this palette has a hint of a green undertone, so by combining both colors, we can get a beautiful dark blue-green color. This is the color we'll be using the most in this painting. With watercolor, all you need to do to turn a hue from dark to light is add water. The more you dilute a color, the more transparent it becomes. So here I've got a dark one, a medium tone, and lastly a really light blue. The colors that I'm mixing here are of warmer tones. First one is the combination of yellow, ochre, and a bit of white. And here I have yellow, orange, burnt sienna, and dark brown. So all the colors are ready. Now, before we begin painting, use your pencil to sketch branches to help decide the location of the leaves that you'll paint in the next step. Get a lot of light indigo paint on your pointed round brush, and then you're going to form these leaves that have little white lines in the middle. So you do one brush stroke and then the second one, and you just leave out the middle. Use the tip of the brush to refine the shape of each leaf. You could add a little bit of darker color there while the leaves are still wet. Give it a nice touch of shade. So my strategy with the leaves is to start with the light colored ones first. By doing this, I'll be able to layer darker ones on top later. With that done, I'm going to repeat the same leaf shape with the darkest indigo color mixture we made in the beginning. Starting with small leaves up on the top, and then as I go down the canvas, the leaves become larger and larger. Some are a bit rounded and some are pointed. I want them to go off in all directions to make it look very natural. We'll get close so you can really see. You don't have to follow along exactly. It's so great to play with your paint brushes and just kind of see what works best for you. Play and experiment with different leaf shapes and brush strokes. And then I'm just adding more and more. And I want this leaf to just look wild and free. You can also put leaves right over the top if you want it to look like they're sort of flopping over the top of the lighter colored leaves. I do this in this other area as well because I think that it looks really nice and easy to do. If you're satisfied with the composition of your leaves, take the darkest indigo color and start connecting all the leaves with their branches and stems. Moving on to the fifth step, we continue by adding brownish yellow leaves for a nice contrast. Also at this point, I would like to add that very delicate splattering effect we used to have in our acrylic tutorials. And that's all, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Lastly, if you want more watercolor tutorials like this, be sure to comment down below so that we know your preference. Bye!